Off we go to the 185-pound Rocktagon Elite Series division. Brady House in the white trunks with the blue trim. David Kithcart in the black trunks. Both these guys, it's their MMA debut. You never know what to expect. They both look fired up.
They both look fired up. But what I don't like is that Brady came into the ring at 182. And if you just look at the body types of both, I think Brady coming in at 182 could be down a weight class. And you know, you don't want to give up pounds to a fighter in a fighting ring. You want to come in as lean as you can at the lowest weight class you can without suffering, you know, muscle loss. But, you know, coming in at 182 at a 185 fight is not a great idea. So he's given up already horsepower right off the bat. But
and you can see him right there, a big takedown by Kithcart. He was working the head a little bit of House with the right hand is in the stand-up, and now he's over into the full mount.
Yeah, he's in the full mount. And, you know, it could be dangerous. He's got a full mount. He did a great reversal. You know, and I could talk about giving up weight and all this, and you watch the earlier days of the UFC with Royce Gracie being small and beating the giants. You know, ultimately, technique beats all size and strength, ultimately. But when all things are even, you don't want to give up weight. And
Kithcart gets out of it, though, off the mat, and they're both back in the stand-up.
Both up, they're both jumping, they're both fresh.
It looks like Kithcart's a little more comfortable in the stand-up, whereas Brady House actually looked very comfortable down on the mat. And House does not want to do too many times where he turns around and walks away because you'll get hit in the side of the face real quick without expecting it.
You always want to keep the fighter in front of you. And that was a great body shot to the ribs, and he did a great job of pulling guard. He went down without getting slammed, and he's in a great guard position on the bottom.
So here we go, Kithcart into the guard. Brady House on the ground. Kithcart's got to be careful of that arm, and now House pushes him off. Kithcart's going to let him stand up.
He just let him up. He could have...
a couple more fights, he'll understand that that's the perfect opportunity to end this thing.
Yes, that was very nice of Kithcart to not blast him when he was getting up. You know, I don't know if it's respect or not.
This isn't necessarily the place for nice.
Right, exactly. It's not the place for nice, and you know what? Do what it takes to win, and worry about being nice after the fight.
So they separate, and Kithcart with a nice right hand as they do. Both guys feeling each other out still here. About 3/4 of the way through round number one. A nice left hand there by House.
I don't like how House is turning his back, but he doesn't have a unconventional style of, you know, he kicks and follows up with punches, which is a little annoying. You know, he closes distance easy with his kicks.
There you go, back into the cage, into the clutch. Kithcart now puts House on his back on the cage, and they're going to start using the knees. Under the inside goes Kithcart. And now looking for a takedown is House, and he lost control of him and gave up his back. But now right back on top and into the guard of Kithcart.
This is an interesting fight.
You could tell neither guy extremely sharp in their technique, and that's going to come with experience inside the cage.
Absolutely, they're 0-0, and it could be nerves. It could be, you know, it could be nerves. It could be lack of, you know, ring rounds.
First round, pretty evenly matched, back and forth the entire time. Both these guys, their MMA debut, so every round they go into is uncharted water.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first round was a pick 'em. You could pick who you wanted. Both guys were eager to go. You know, a lot of times, like you mentioned earlier, anxiety could take over and you get really tired in your first fight. But both guys look like they're in shape and they're game for more rounds to come.
Kithcart stalking now. House backing up and a good front kick and a right hand to follow it up. That's a nice combo there by Kithcart. We've seen that earlier in the first round as well. The front kick moving him back to the gut and then straight with the right hand. And those knees are hurting.
And that did hurt him. And as you can see, House spit his mouthpiece out. You know, House spit his mouthpiece out, and then what that usually means is you got hit in the belly and you lost your wind.
And House is bleeding from the nose heavy. That right hand really opened up House. So Kithcart doing some damage here early on in the second round. He's going to have to continue this fight, and that nose probably is broken.
Yeah, and
back at it here. Got his mouthpiece back in. And Kithcart's got to get at him here now. He's got him rattled a little bit.
Kithcart's got to take advantage of the cut and the breathing of House.
Because people don't think about that. They think about just the blood coming out of the nose. But all of a sudden, you can't breathe out of half of the place you breathe from normally.
And not only that, is when you're on your back and your nose is bleeding, now all the blood's going down your throat. And it's not so much that it's choking you, but it's gagging you. Your body doesn't want to be swallowing blood. And, you know, the worst place you could be on a bad bloody nose is on your back, because all that blood's going down your throat and you're gagging, and it makes you slightly nauseous.
And Kithcart was in the guard of House, stood up, postured up to take a shot, and then backed up, and now House trying to use some up kicks, not able to land any, and Kithcart's daring him to stand back up. House wants no part of it. He wants to stay down there.
House would like to be on his back, but I think he'd rather be on top on the ground. But let's see if House starts with a kick and then follows up with his punches to close the distance. You could tell the way his face is grimacing that the bloody nose is bothering him.
Kithcart's still stalking, cutting off the ring, and a good front kick again, came in with the right hand, missed, but he caught him the second time around. Back into the clinch up against the cage, a good left knee to the gut, and House is taking a beating here in round number 2. Where in round number 1 it was a toss-up, it's all Kithcart here in the second.
It is Kithcart. You could tell that House has got hit in the belly a few times, the way that he's blocking with his knees, and he's trying to pull guard.
Good left hand there by Kithcart. As they separate, House has not had his hands up, and that's where Kithcart has really done the damage, and a good left hand again. And now the blood's really streaming out of the nose.
Kithcart's definitely stalking him. This is where House wanted to be, but he wants to be on top, but Kithcart is starting to dominate this fight.
As Kithcart tried to move in a half guard, and House was able to counter right back and wrap the legs up around him, but he needs this round to end badly because he needs his nose cleaned up.
Yep.
He needs to get that blood out of there, and he's got to find some time to breathe because Kithcart's been all over him.
And luckily, we just heard the clap for the last 10 seconds. The fight should be, or the round should be ending here shortly, and he's going to survive the third round.
Round number 1 was even, but in round number 2, Kithcart turned it up, did some real damage on Brady House, and he's going to look to try to finish this thing up. You could see the blood is all over House.
Yeah, either his corner didn't do a good job of cleaning it up, or it's bleeding like a sieve. And Kithcart looks very confident, and I think, you know, no pun intended, but he smells blood.
They're going to stop it. He caught him with a left hand. House went to the ground, and the referee's seen enough. They're making sure everyone stays safe.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the official Rocktagon time of 19 seconds of round number 3. Your winner by TKO due to strikes, and now undefeated inside the cage, David Bodybags